Matt Lenihan, Boxing Social, in association with William Hill, Empire Fight Store. Delighted to be joined by Adam Booth. Adam, you've linked up with Samuel Antwi. He's on the card tonight. How did this link up come about, and how pleased are you that he's come on board?
Well, Sam sparred with Josh Kelly a few times, and he'd been to the gym, and he reached out to me and asked if I could help him sort of arrange fights for him, speak to boxers, etc. And then he started training at the gym. I think I've always thought he's a really good fighter that could achieve something, and he's a lovely fellow as well, like really nice dude to work with. So it just became a logical thing, because also in the gym he's got Josh Kelly, Abbas Barrow and Harlem Eubank to spar with. And so that they all help each other as well.
How's he coming on then, since he's sort of been more maybe ingrained in your gym? You've seen improvements?
For now it's really just trying to get a gauge of how he works, what he does, and just adding and improving just a couple of real basics, because he's got his style and he's got his experience, and there can't be drastic changes, but I do think by adding just a couple of simple things and some understanding could see him sort of over the line and fulfilling his potential.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing him back out. He's a lovely guy, and we all wish him the best. He's a good man, good fighter. Michael Conlans, finally, fight got announced against Lopez for Belfast. You must be over the moon. It's a cracking fight for a world title, and Mick gets his opportunity again to become world champion.
Yeah, and I think like his performance last year, he deserves another crack at this. And we know what this challenge is, but we are as excited and as confident as we can be going into this.
We've seen a more spiteful Michael Conlan in the last couple of fights. I know he's been in Belfast, and people have spoken about obviously Mariaga and Gurphy, but he's punching with real intent. Do you expect in this fight we could potentially see him knock Lopez out?
I don't think about that. I look at how to disarm the other guy and how to take advantage of their vulnerabilities, and that's all I focus on. I never have knockout in my mind. I always have 12 rounds, and anything before that for me is a bonus.
We saw obviously Lopez dethrone Warrington for the title. What did you see in that performance from him that you think, what are his qualities?
I'm not going to say that just in case someone from his team watch, right? But he certainly poses a threat, and he has very, very strong qualities, but he also has sort of weaknesses that could jeopardise his positions.
Mick's obviously had the setback of Leewood, but since then he's bounced back and he's rebuilt in Belfast. How fitting is it that he gets that opportunity to become world champion in his home city?
Like there's cities all around. There's cities around the place that have special atmospheres, and then there are certain cities that have unique atmospheres, and Belfast is definitely one that has a unique atmosphere.
There's some huge fights as well. I'm not going to ask you to look past Lopez, but we've seen what's happening. We've seen what's happening in the division. We're maybe seeing Warrington run it back with Lara or Leewood. There's some huge fights. How exciting is it to be a part of this division where everyone can just fight each other, fingers crossed?
I'm just excited that Mick's got another world title shot.
Yes. Me too. Right, just quickly, Fury-Usyk, disappointing that it's fallen through. Are you surprised at how this has gone? Because I would have thought this would be a fairly easy fight to make. One guy's got some of the belts, another guy's got the other belt, come together, make the undisputed, it being Britain. Are you surprised it's fallen through and how it's all transpired?
Yeah, but sometimes boxing has a way of being like that. It's a shame. As a fan, it's a shame, but it is what it is. There's plenty of good fights in the heavyweight division still to be made. When you look at, you got Tyson and Usyk, but you've also got AJ, you've got Deontay, you've got Andy Ruiz Jr., you've got Joe Joyce. There's, it's quite an exciting division to see matchups being made.
There's talks of Usyk potentially fighting Deontay Wilder in the Middle East. How do you see that fight as a clash of styles? Almost one hit quitter, but he's got other qualities. But Usyk with that brain as well. How do you see these two match up?
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty extreme matchup as the matchups go, and it would certainly be one that you don't want to take your eyes off, because Deontay can sleep anyone at any given moment, and then you've got a craftsman that will just take advantage of any opportunity. So that would be a fascinating one.
Just quickly now, talk to me about Anthony Joshua versus Franklin next week. Could this be a potential banana skin if Anthony Joshua is not maybe the Anthony Joshua of old?
Any heavyweight fight at a certain level is a real banana skin, because anything can happen in boxing, and that's more so extreme in the heavyweight division. Franklin proved his worth when he fought Dillian. He proved that he's got hands. He proves that he's got good chin and desire. So I think it's a really smart fight for AJ to take, because there's certainly enough risk to put that, the fear inside him and make him perform. It could, I think it would be more of a risk to take less of a risk, because we don't get that stimulation. So I think it's a perfect fight for him.
Right, last question from me. What's the one fight you want to make in boxing that's not currently being made? One fight that you would like to see, maybe as a fan, not necessarily just as a trainer, that you'd like to see?
Oh man, you should have told me that before you started the interview. I want to see Spence and Crawford.
Who do you think wins?
Crawford.
Points or knockout?
Points.
Well, look, Adam, I won't keep you too long because this fight's about to start, and I said I would keep it to 5 minutes. Nearly a minute over, but we've done all right. I appreciate your time.